Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoiint and today we are unboxing a special edition Xbox and ROG package that I got sent last week. I'm pretty hyped to show you what's inside, and it includes a new Pro controller and a one-of-a-kind Xbox Series X. But not only that, ROG will be giving one of these Xbox crates away this month, so make sure you stick around for the details later in this video. Okay, so inside the box we've got a gaming headset, the ROG Delta S core, but more on that later. Then underneath that we have this huge hard shell carry case, and this looks awesome already. It's got a nice dark grey titanium look to it, and around the front we have some ROG and Xbox branding on this mirrored strip. Honestly, as far as luggage cases go, this is really nice and I will definitely be using this. So it looks like it's got those multi-directional wheels on the bottom, you know, the ones that make it really easy to move it around. It's also got TSA approved luggage locks, a carry handle as well as a telescopic handle. Let's be honest, who would have thought I would be reviewing a luggage case on the channel? Now this hardshell carry case is a special edition version, but ROG will be selling a regular one very soon, so it means if you like the look of this one, you will be able to buy one very similar. Right, let's get this opened up and see what we get inside. And here it is. So we've got an Xbox Series X with a custom design, the new ROG Raikiri Pro controller, and what looks like a Game Pass code. But we have got to start with the Xbox and get this set up. So by now you probably know what this console can do and what games it can play, but unlike the normal Series X, this one has a pretty unique print covering the entire console. It's got a kind of cyberpunk vibe to it. Next to the power button we have the Game On text, and near the bottom we have some other words for the USB, sync button and the disk drive. Now this is probably one of the most understated custom designs I've ever seen. Then around the side we've got a huge ROG logo, which is actually made up of hundreds of little ROG letters. There's also an ROG and an Xbox collaboration logo on the other side. And here's the big one for me, something that makes this a one-of-a-kind console is that they've added my name to it. They've literally put SpawnPoiint on this Xbox. Honestly, this has blown my mind. I thought this design looked awesome already, but this is just unreal for me. Also inside the box it comes with a 3-month Game Pass Ultimate code on this plastic card. I have redeemed this already, so sorry about that. Then there's the ROG Raikiri Pro controller, and this thing is crazy. I've used it for the last week and I need to show you what it can do. Then under this we have some other accessories, including a braided USB-C cable for the controller, a manual to get set up, an HDMI 2.1 cable for the Xbox and a power cable. So I've gone ahead and plugged this Xbox into my ROG monitor, which is the PG27AQDM. And this is a 27-inch 1440p OLED screen, and this thing looks absolutely incredible. I actually did a dedicated review on this about 2 months ago on the channel, and this is the brightest OLED monitor that I've ever used. Okay, and here's how the new Xbox looks in the setup. I really like how subtle the design is, as from a distance it looks like a normal Xbox and still looks clean. Now let's take a close look at the new Pro controller. So this is called the ROG Raikiri Pro, which is designed for both PC and Xbox gaming. As mentioned, I have been using this over the last week and I've been seriously impressed by how well it performs on both FPS and non-competitive games like Forza and Spider-Man. Design-wise, it obviously looks like a normal Xbox controller, so it has the same look and feel overall. But what they've done is they've taken that and added a whole lot of customization on top. We've got a translucent case which gives us that cyberpunk vibe again, where you can see the internals as well as the ROG branding. Around the back they've actually added a micro dot texture as opposed to rubber to the grip. Not only should this last longer, but it means it won't get sticky under use. We've of course got the usual buttons like the A, B, X and Y, as well as the menu, power and share buttons. The thumbsticks have a nice slip-resistant texture to them and are snappy and responsive while using it. And then we've got the hybrid D-pad, which feels a lot firmer than a normal Xbox controller. Now you might have noticed this already, but there is a screen at the top, and this is a 1.3-inch OLED screen that allows you to swap profiles, view the battery status and even add your own custom animations. All of this is done using the little buttons across the top. Now to get the most out of this controller you will want to install the ROG Armory Crates software onto your laptop or PC, and this will allow you to customize it even further, but I will explain more on that in a couple of minutes. Now as this is a Pro controller it has to come with some Pro features. Well, the first one are the triggers. So by default these feel nice and feel like any other Xbox controller, but what makes these different is around the back we have this little button, and flicking this will change the triggers from normal to short, giving you near instant triggers. This means playing games like Call of Duty or Apex Legends where aiming and firing needs to be as fast as possible. You can now get that instant response. So if I try and show you this now, you should be able to see the difference here between a normal trigger and the distance it can travel, and the shorter option which is near instant when you press it. Now I've been using instant triggers for a couple of years now and I can tell you they really do make a difference. Then if you open up the Armory Crates, you can actually customize the triggers even further. The dead zones can be changed on each trigger, including the start and the end positioning as you press it. This means you have full control over how you want the triggers to respond as you play. In fact, the same goes for the sticks. You can change the response curve of each stick, so instead of running it with a linear curve, you can change this to rapid or gentle or make one for yourself. This is always useful in FPS games when aiming down sights or when you want to be a little bit more precise with your movement. Now, this controller does come with vibrations built in as well, which is great, but not only can you turn these vibrations on or off, you can adjust the vibration of each corner of the controller. Again, all of this can be done in the software, but you can adjust the top, bottom, left and right. Now, anything that you save within this software is not only saved to a profile that you create, it is then saved onto the controller itself. Now, by default, there are 4 profiles to choose from, but you can add your own as well as renaming the existing ones. So for example, I've got one here for COD, and this will save the dead zones for the triggers and my thumbsticks, as well as the rear mappable buttons, which we're going to talk about next. So another pro feature are these 4 rear buttons on the back, which can all be remapped and assigned to other buttons on the controller. I usually have jump and reload or interact assigned to the rear buttons, as it saves me time from removing my thumb from the stick and pressing the buttons. In Call of Duty, I also assign one to the D-pad up so I can mark up enemies. But the fact is, you can fully customize how you want to use this controller by assigning different buttons. And again, these can be assigned to a different profile, so you can have different profiles for different games. There's also some cool RGB lighting on the front, which you can see when it's powered on. By default, it's set to a rainbow vibe, so it rotates through the different colours. But in the settings, you can change this to any other colour. So for example, I've got the static red option on here, or you can set it to breathing, where it kind of pulsates. Then there are a few other options, such as colour cycle, comet and battery mode. But there are 2 modes worth talking about. One is called reactive, so it only lights up when you press a button or a thumbstick. And we have Aura Sync, which works with your other supported ROG products within the Aura Sync ecosystem. But of course, if you don't want RGB at all, you can switch this off in the settings. You might have noticed this already, but I'm using both wired and wireless in today's video, and that's because it supports Bluetooth, RF 2.4 GHz as well as USB-C. On PC, it will work with all 3, while on Xbox you will need to use it wired. But one cool feature I like is the fact that the wireless dongle is hidden inside the controller, so it means you will never lose it. As for the battery, well, it does have one built in, and it is rated up to 48 hours of use. This will massively depend on what features you're using, such as the OLED screen and RGB, but 48 hours is still crazy. Now, other than the Xbox, I have been using this controller with a laptop, and this is the 2023 ROG Flow X13. This is a compact laptop that has a Quad HD Plus display, 165Hz refresh rate, and an RTX 4060, so it's a pretty powerful laptop considering how small it is. But something else worth mentioning on the controller is the inbuilt ESS DAC, and that allows you to plug in any headset and mic as long as it has a 3.5mm headphone jack. There's also a mute button for voice chat on the bottom, so it allows you to control your mic that way. To test this out, I've got the ROG Delta S Core gaming headset. This is a wired headset which will work with any device that supports a 3.5mm input. Inside we have the headset with this nice black and red theme going on, and they've also got rotatable ear cups, which is great considering how cheap this headset is. Controls are nice and simple as we just have the volume wheel and a mute button for the mic. Then inside the box we have a 3.5mm extension cable, some replacement fabric ear cups as the standard ones are leatherette, and a microphone, and this just clicks into the side of the headset and we're good to go. Now, I used this headset the other night instead of my normal headset, and the very first thing that my mate said online was, "Have you got a new headset?" Apparently my mic audio on this is better than anything else that I've used lately, which is crazy considering this headset costs $70 or £80, and I normally use one that costs $300. Okay, and this is a mic test on this headset just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. I actually think it sounds okay, and considering the price point, the mic quality isn't too bad. As for the sound, they have a virtual 7.1 surround sound when using it with Windows Sonic, as well as Discord certified and high-res audio. So as I mentioned right at the start, ROG will be giving one of these Xbox crates away to one of you. You'll get the same as I have here, plus a few extra items including a space windbreaker, a cosmic bomber jacket and a backpack. So this is a huge giveaway worth winning. All you need to do is click the link below and use this code on screen to enter. Terms and conditions do apply and will be shown on the page once you visit. I also want to say good luck to everyone who enters and let me know if you do. So that was a look at the new Pro controller from ROG, along with this awesome custom-made Xbox Series X. Now drop a nice Xbox in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out my full desk tour or the ROG monitor video next. Thanks for watching, please like, sub and follow me everywhere. Until next time.